Yeah, what's up, everybody? This is Edward back with another video, another episode of Everybody Hates Black Men. This is open talk, and to be honest with you, I don't really have a topic. I just wanted to say what's up. It's been a minute since I went live. I hopped on Ramil's joint. I've been on, where I'm usually at, Art in the Stall, Art to Ignore, that sort of thing. But for the most part, I really haven't been online, and that's mainly because the fucking iPhone finally got decided to say fuck it, got me another phone. Um, got me an Android. That iPhone is really a backup phone. Got me Android, so now I'll start be going live a lot more because I can do it from my phone, and doesn't sound like I got fucked up wireless when it's really I don't know what it is about Apple and StreamYard. I really don't know, but it is what it is. So it's been some interesting stuff going on. No, I have everybody's talking about that episode on the Lapeef show. I haven't seen that. I don't honestly. I don't know if I'm going to. From what everybody says, everybody want to beat up on the Arab chick or the Middle Eastern chick. A lot of the not understanding that she's just a control group to see how you react and want to protect culture. Black culture is the gynocracy. That's what's wrong with the black culture. That's the current regime that's controlling black society. So it shows a lot. It shows, and this is funny because people like to talk about us, but yeah, that's a whole nother thing. I like understand something. I'm really starting to wean myself on a lot of shit that because to be honest with you, because the reality is they not saying nothing new. They just rehashing old shit and they're just exposing them for what we saw. Shout out to Pink Book. Pink Book called that shit out a while ago. She was saying the similar things to what Black Guru was saying. And what you really have is you have folks that, as BGS said, and a lot of us have said, you got folks that they trying to negotiate but trying to give up as little as possible. And did even Jason Black, as much as Jason Black just can't stop taking shots at us, even these low key shots. You go look at that Baby Mama Wasteland stream, especially like the last hour and a half of it, or I think it was 2 hours 55 minutes, like the last hour. It was her. It was very bleak for these females. Like I'm still debating. I'll probably give it another week and then get his Patreon to see what he was talking about with the whole code. I haven't seen Kendra's live, but yeah. I mean, and at the end of the day, man, we know what's up. We know when motherfuckers are talking about camming up and shit. That yeah, that has a purpose to a certain extent, but for the most part, a lot of that shit is just designed not to address shit as it is. And this is why I've been pushing BGS to do BGS for women again, because like I said before, like I told BGS, that we got to control those arguments because you leave it to their devices, they're going to do what they do a lot, most of these women, which is they're going to try to manipulate. I didn't see it because I didn't see the show, but everybody, if y'all are not in my Discord, y'all need to be in my Discord. Let me see if I can put the link in there. Shout out to Grinch who joined the Discord. Shout out to Jesse who jumped in there. Obviously Smurgo's really active in there. Um, so if you haven't joined it because it's still in its kind of beta stages. What's up, AM1? Happy birthday to AM1. Um, yeah, shout out to AM1. I hope I look like that when I'm his age. I got to stop drinking the soda and fucking up and start really getting serious about my health. Shout out to Ramil with his herbal joint. Y'all should definitely support the brother and get on his Instagram when he's talking about his herbal stuff, because say what you want to about Ramil, he definitely living like he talking when it comes to being vegan, even if that's not something you're on, because there's degrees to that. Definitely support him. AM1. AM1 would be that. Like I'm literally drinking some pop right now. Chicago, right? AM1 do look like one. He like on it. He be that dude, bro. What you doing? Nigga, look, you drink your shit, I'ma drink mine. No, she's not. I don't think she is about that life. I don't think Courtney is really about that life. Cause look, man, the facts are on our side. That's why I don't see, if you notice with me, like damn them. If you notice with me, you don't have to think when you're telling the truth. You don't gotta think when you're telling the truth. So when I know what I put into these facts, these are not narratives. I go where the facts lead me, which is why when it goes against black men, I have no problem jumping on black men. Like people want to talk about the PJ Washington and Brittany Renner situation. I don't blame Brittany Renner. I don't blame her at all. You know why? The female, I call her what I call her, but she wrote a book. She wrote a book about what the fuck she was talking about. Like real fucking talk. And this nigga, she was giving him the vag, and what did she do? What did he do? He just kept fucking. And then he wanted after the fact, it's like some goddamn Loki or fucking WandaVision. It ain't no reveal, dude. If you listen, like here's the thing, he was following her to a certain extent. If you listen to Brit, like the shit is out there when she talks about Brittany Renner talks about if you want to get somebody pregnant, if you want to get pregnant by somebody with money, pick athletes, they're dumb. They like to fuck raw. She was saying it. So, and even still, you've heard, like, it's out there on social media what she said. Now, in real life, it's not generally that easily mapped out. So, it is what it is. But when it's laid to you like that, you fucked and you leave it alone. But no, you was nutting in her. You actually believed in her. That's on you. You caught a fight. Dude, and I hate to beat them up, but that's a that's like a financially transmitted disease personified. That's like that shit personified. And at the end of the day, just like you tell these chicks, you know what you doing when you playing with who you playing with. It's the same thing with these niggas. You know what you doing. I don't hope these guys get fucked up. I hope everything works out for them. But we're black men. We'd be stupid to think this environment is designed for us to win in the law of averages. We have to be smart because we don't have a lot of mistakes. Straight like that. Congratulations. He's got a tax write-off. What Instagram? I don't have an Instagram model. What are you talking about? Oh, that's I really have that on there for the you see that filter where it looks like the fucked up television? That's really why I have that on there. That's a picture from a few years ago. Ken, holistic health coach. Her, like, first of all, Pink Book's channel is not built to call out women. Everybody doesn't build their channel off just calling motherfuckers out just to be calling motherfuckers out. Everybody doesn't do that. The reason why Courtney got called out was really because the Courtney was on Kevin Samuel's show, damn me as a co-host, trying to tell about other women, and she felt it, in my opinion, that that was a misrepresentation. And she wanted to make a point on talking about women that operate on fake femininity. Now, you could argue the Six Goddesses is another one, but that doesn't mean it's everybody's job to call out every individual. Like, everybody is not here to entertain y'all like that. Like, it amazes me how much you all like Y'all just like bullshit to just happen for your own personal fucking entertainment. And honestly, she doesn't need to be called out. You say anything that makes her mad, she's very quick to let you know what she's about. And again, I'm not here to tell black women to not try to pretend to be feminine. They're gonna do that. You're here to educate brothers on how to be smart. And at the end of the day, what you choose to do is ultimately on you. So I'm like, just like when it comes to simping, yes, there's such a thing called simp pollution, and you want to bring awareness to it, but it's ultimately you can't lead. You can lead people to water, but you can't make them drink. Well, the thing is, there's a difference between people putting up social media personas for the sake of making money, and then black people just buying into shit to the level that they buy into it. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. Like, I like pocket watching with JT. I think his name's Jason. I don't agree with a lot of how he goes about talking about multi-level marketing. I think a lot of it is rooted in ignorance, and it's rooted in I think he picks companies that makes it very obvious, but I doubt he'd actually have I doubt he'd actually have a conversation with a dude that's actually producing six figures in the business, or even six-figure monthly. Because then, a lot of what he talks about, he calls it a scam. That's actually slander. Multi-level marketing is a scam is illegal. A scam is illegal. Multi-level marketing is one of the most regulated industries, and it's not a scam. It's not a scam. It's like me calling marriage a scam. Well, technically, legally, marriage is not a scam. It's just a bad deal. So again, I've learned to kind of push back, like to kind of take myself out of that and realize there's truth to what he's saying overall, just like how certain things. And so if you're going to be an influencer of a certain type, and really he's more in that kind of anti, I don't want to call it MLM. That's kind of what those videos, what they are. But overall, his channel is really good. And I prefer to keep it black when I can, which is why, because he does essentially the same thing Spencer does that I was sharing with you. But when there's a black dude doing it, I think we should support him. DJ Cadillac says MLM is a scourge in our community. Why would you say that? In fact, I'm curious, because anybody that has a problem with multi-level marketing, now technically I'm an affiliate marketer. I'm not in any multi-level marketing companies. I've done it before. I think affiliate marketing has its play. I personally prefer affiliate marketing. I'll say that. But anybody that has a problem with multi-level marketing, let's see if you'll back it up. Let's see if you'll back it up. Or are you just going to be in the chat room being upset and be angry? I would argue black people have a problem with business in general. I would argue black people have a problem with marketing in general. They have a problem with sales in general. I've said this before, black, and particularly black men. I think this is something black men actually have more of a hill to climb than even our sisters, because black women have been socialized to value their independence and value control. Black men have not. Yeah, and Spencer, and what did Spencer do? When Spencer had that interview with Tim Sales had literally not only an answer, but statistical data on everything he said, to the point Spencer started to back off that shit a little bit. Because he and that, like, Tim's, if anybody, look, I don't give a fuck what you do. Me personally, I'm an affiliate marketer, not a multi-level marketer. And the difference between multi-level marketing and affiliate marketing is multi-level, the exact thing that JT had a problem with multi-level marketing, which is the leverage component of it, which he says is just you pushing people in to push people in. Affiliate marketing, you get paid on what you do, and only what you do. There may be one more level where you can get leverage on what maybe people you do, they do, but that's like the same thing like you're a real estate broker versus a real estate agent. That's like that, but it doesn't go deeper than that. It's only one level. if that. But most affiliate marketing is just internet sales. Pretty much, you get paid on what you do, and affiliate marketing is generally associated, as far as making the real money, is associated with recurring income. But that's off the people you personally deal with get to buy products. And the products I mainly deal in is software based, like squeeze page builders and shit like that. But he has a problem with the leverage component, which is the volume generated off you building a customer or a base of people that are buying the product recurring. And he'll say, well, you have to buy, you can't just sell the product. There's technically companies where you can just sell the product. Vector's one of them that sells Cutco knives. They're not really MLM. In order to get to that leverage component, you have to operate one of the actual offices, which is not easy to be able to do. And that's a legit office job. Yeah, I got the link. I mean, you know, a lot of people love to talk shit. It's just like, because it's not that much different than what they do with us, with Red Pill. It's all this, we talking shit. All this, we talking shit. But when it comes down to the devil's in the details, it's always emotionalism. If you have answers, no, DJ Cadillac, I ain't got nothing wrong with you, because I ain't even got nothing wrong with you. I mean, you can have your opinion. But the reason why I've always liked MLM is because MLM allows you to purchase products and services from other people. It's like peer-to-peer. It's like, you know, if you're somebody that likes group economics, then MLM is peer-to-peer stuff. There's products that I buy that that I'm not involved in a company at all, but I buy the products. Like, for instance, Amway's excess energy drink. You know, like, I not just say that I drink soda, and what did AM1 say? No soda. Well, excess energy drink is 0 calories. You know, it's pretty much like a more healthier version of like, it's no calories, B vitamins is what powers it. If you're somebody that drinks energy drinks, it's great. I know I don't make no money off of it. I just buy it, and I've always bought it. Vitamins too. It's a lot of stuff. But at the same time, well, you know, here's the thing. The concept of MLM is great, but there's a difference between the concept of MLM and then certain companies. There's a difference between certain companies and then certain teams. I could talk all day about the negatives of MLM as well, but that I could talk all day about the negatives of a lot of things. The question that needs to be asked is the quote unquote network marketing model a less legitimate way of doing commerce than traditional business as you know it? My answer is no. I think network marketing has a negative connotation. Some of it is deserved. A lot of it, I would say, is deserved. But at the same time, I think that the problem with it is not network marketing itself. The problem with it is how people perceive it. We may live in a capitalistic society, but for the most part, we're not capitalistic. We still operate. And this is not, look, I'm not anti 9 to 5. I'm not anti to have a professional job, but at all. I have one, and everything has a place. But I think the problem is network marketing. It's a lot like Red Pill. We pay for Red Pill, we pay for the sins of everything else, that some of it doesn't have nothing to do with us. Like, for some reason, the black community has been fucked up way before Red Pill, but Red Pill is the reason the black community is fucked up. And so now when people hear Red Pill is starting to be seen like in the black manosphere, you know, and I'm going to keep saying black manosphere. It is, we're seen as the ones just keeping black people apart somehow. That ties in the Courtney situation. Like, we're keeping black people apart. The problem are these black men that are convincing these other black men to do what? To not do what? Like, it's this bullshit. And again, if somebody were to personally consult with me about how to increase their economics, what I tell them, join the MLM. Not necessarily. No, I wouldn't. There's other ways to do it. But if that's like your only option, that's your only option. But there's other ways to do it. Affiliate marketing, it's a lot more straightforward. It just is. Where MLM shines is if you're trying to build something that's going to do something recurring, Yeah, but it's not that straightforward either. So yeah. Anyway, what's up, Ken Sean?
What's good, family?
Not
Shout
much.
out,
What's on your mind?
first shout out to you, man. The first time I met you was on I think Bernard's channel. We had a great discussion then, and I've been rocking with you since. I'm in the Discord group, guys. Hop in the Discord, do reactions in the voice chat. It's all fire up in there, man. It's a growth. It's He has a good growth every day in there, so that means his Discord is trending, man. It's fire. But what I wanted to get your knowledge on, Edward, is culture, and I think we
Yeah.
are all over the place with culture, right? And it comes with a semblance of holding ourselves accountable. So I was on a platform yesterday, and one of the questions was, why are single mothers the problem? Why is child support a problem? Why is domestic violence a problem? Why is PTSD a problem? And all of these things would be taken care of. All of these underlying things I just said would be taken care of culture. My dad, right?
Yeah.
Even though the girlfriend comes to me and she's interested in me, she has to visit my dad. That's culture. My dad takes the power away from me and my sisters of approving if they're attracted to the man they like or the woman I like. That's culture. It's simple as that. We won't spread around babies. We won't spread around traumatic diseases. We won't have PTSD because that grows from being rejected. We won't have to take therapy because none of these will take place. So, as a black country and as black people, we need to stop attaching ourselves to 1,500 religions. Stop attaching yourselves to over 60,000 colleges, sororities, and alumni, and all of the ideologies. Dude, settle for your father. Put the father, black man father, back in power. Let's make him great again.
So I understand all of that, but one thing we have to really kind of address is you have to address the fact that no, I will tell you this. When I say we're in a unique situation, this is why I say this. I'm talking about ADOS. No other group, a lot of groups, let's say somebody is in another, let's say somebody comes from another country, let's say they're second generation. So we're not even talking about the person that came immigrated to the United States. We're not even talking about the children of those persons. We're talking about the children of children of those persons. There's a concept that I call, which I'm dubbing, which is called cultural inertia, and that's less and less each generation. But the point is, just like what you said, you go with what you go with because you were taught that from your family and you saw that enforced or at least agreed upon, not only with your dad but also with other people around in probably your extended family and your environment. Is that correct? Like, not even environment, I'm just talking about like your own like family or extended family. Would that be a fair assessment?
Yes, it's in my family directly. It's not around the Bahamas where I live. It's my
Okay.
family directly. Mhm.
Great. And that's good. So that means you understand the environmental piece versus that. So it's not just he's just doing his own thing. It's family that is reinforcing that too. So even when you see somebody, let's say Nigerians come from Nigeria here, and they come from a certain like family background, because all Nigerians obviously are not the same. You have that cultural inertia that carries over. So a lot of people will say, well, why can't this happen? This happen. What we're dealing with, where we're unique, is we're in an environment where we had it at one point. We had, because we were 85% married when we had a lot less money and all of that. But that was systematically destroyed when it comes to the crack era. Some of the things we did, a lot of things we did, a lot of things that certain groups bought into. We've already talked about this with like Money Report, all that. But we're here. So now we have to do something that very few people ever really do, which is restart shit. So now, not only do you have to restart shit, then you have to restart shit in like probably one of the worst environments to do that. Which is, and when I say environments, I'm talking about like the propaganda environment, the fact that there's actual tangible resources to create chaos. There's no way to enforce things. The only power that a man has individually and then you could extend that to a group, is the power to choose not to engage. And when I say engage, this is where I brought in intercultural dating. Where as a man, if you have the mentality you're talking about, you have to say, okay, I need to find a woman that's going to reflect that to start that off. Now, this doesn't mean we're going to take leaving the race off the table, because people always say, well, that's where you go with. This is where intercultural dating, you start to value the culture of what a woman is bringing. And then, obviously looks and stuff matter, but ain't nobody saying it's all destroyed, but you know what I'm saying? And then you start looking at all the culture. That could be in the United States. I'm not saying it can't be. But what I'm saying is you understand, okay, well, there's almost like there's hundreds of millions of women on the planet that are melanated related, or even in our hemisphere, you have more than enough to do
I
that.
totally agree.
What you're focused on. And that's why I, in this channel, talked about intercultural dating, because that's usually identified as interracial dating because of color. Well, obviously, there's a genetic component to it, too. And everybody may not choose that, but a lot of people will. So coming back to it, so that does come back to the dudes, but most of those, this is why we always tell dudes to travel, but these dudes, some of them don't get to that point. But ultimately, it's not a matter of, well, why don't we just do it? The women, look, let's keep it, like, not only the women, but a lot of the dudes are diametrically opposed to that. They are invested in how things are as it is. And that's the great lie that a lot of folks, some people that act like they're on the team, even them, they don't want to tell the truth about. So it becomes, I'm going to say this, I'm done. That's why when you come in here, it seems like it's this endless fucking debate with no solutions, as problems are endlessly being brought up as if that stuff wasn't addressed already. It's because that's a part of keeping things going. All right.
So you think what Muammar Gaddafi did in incentivizing marriage by giving you a home and by paying halfway through your college, that would restrain baby mamas. It would cause dads to look at the leverage of having a marriage, right?
But we're not a dictator. But see, you can't make. See, here's the thing: we can't talk about. We're not in a dictatorship. We're not only are we not in a dictatorship, we're not in more of a conservative, like a traditional conservative society. I'll give you an example of what traditional conservative is. The Germans would not necessarily be considered conservative by like a United States standpoint, but as far as how their government and stuff is structured, it's very conservative. They tend to acquiesce to what the group wants. They tend to be more group minded versus in America, we're very individualistically minded. And so even if I give you a democracy, we're not even like conservative. We're even the conservatives in America are still neoliberal in the sense that they still value liberty. They don't believe in that group shit. They do more than the liberals do, because the liberals are off the chains. And I say this to somebody that's a registered Democrat. But the problem is Gaddafi could do that, and there's nobody. You can't do that in America. Like you can't do to do that in America. You have to vote that, and then the women are gonna. All they got to do is stonewall anything, and they haven't suffered enough.
So we would have to segregate by voting in our own first party besides Democrat and Republican. Really just send our leadership to the House.
This is where the men, so now you can put accountability on the men, but this is where you have to understand, and this has been more of the recent things I've understood. Most of your men are very much bought into the same gynocracy I talk about. And this is why we get and it's degrees to that. But this is why, you get a show like the Lapeef show where they want to do the purple pill thing, but, as saying, oh, all we need is a conversation, but they deal with shit as it is. To them, it ain't really a problem. It's not a problem. I always say this: Black people want the community to improve, but they don't want it to change. And make sure y'all support the Cash App. That's really what it comes down to. Even with a lot of the men, they want the shit to improve, but they don't want shit to change, because if shit truly changes, then a lot of folks are not going to be winning like they used to be. Like homosexuality. You can't have homosexuality in the same way in a patriarchy. You just can't. They understand that. Look at the women. The women can't get away with what they get away with in the traditional patriarchy. Look at heterosexual men. You can't produce as many bastard children, or you can't be out here for even let's say they make a change. Let me give you something that's possible. Let's say white people make it so abortion is pretty much illegal. Like they get that through to make it effectively illegal with the heartbeat bill. That's possible because of, white people are very much concerned about their losing numbers, and that has nothing to do with black people, right? So let's say that happens. Even if you make a change like that, that's gonna a lot of the dudes that women got abortions through, they're gonna be tied to kids. So even amongst the men, that's going to fuck up a lot of the dudes that were able to play the field, and they're gonna have to be careful with that because again, that's gonna pull them into the child support market. So my point to saying that is a lot of those guys would not want abortion to be illegal. They don't give a damn about the fact that how much population that we've lost because of that. They would rather it stay as the same because that changes how they would have to move. So that's true for a lot of the gynocentric stuff when you really go through it.
For sure. I think one of the things that we'd have to take away is sexual liberation. You basically said that just now. So taking away sexual liberation would take away would obviously lead the father again back to deciding or having a say in who marries you, right? Or some sort of arranged marriage mechanism. But in order for us to get to that level, we would have to criminalize certain things that we deem are crushing our community.
Which is not going to happen because we're look, man, I hate to say this. I hate to say this. This is fucked up what I'm about to say. But if I were to ask you in the next 30 years, which is more likely, what you just said as far as a rollback of, let's just say, feminism 2.0, because essentially Roe v. Wade's kicked off feminism 2.0, because that's what actually allowed women to get in the workplace as far as the incentives that kept them out of it, right? Which one do you consider is more likely? It being more normalized for pedophilia, based on where we're going in the United States of America, or for abortion to be completely outlawed?
None of the above.
Oh, you won't say it. Okay, I'll ask it in a different way. Which one you think is more likely, homosexuality to be outlawed or pedophilia to be normalized? You don't have to answer that. I'll leave that to the audience. But seriously, a lot of people won't like the answer to that question. But if you actually look at where we're going right now and the speed, and remember, gay marriage is only made legal at what, like 2014? It hasn't been that long. That's what people like. Hold on. Illegal, and I'm not here to start always he's bashing gay. I don't give a fuck. Legal gay marriage. I'm just telling you what the stuff is. They said 2012 were the first states to do it. But nationally, and this is not about hitting gay marriage. This is about really talking about where the society is going and the speed at which it's going. Like, you could say 2015 is when it, like, national. 2015. And I'm saying that to say this. When you say that, like, it's a likelihood for this stuff to flip, and remember, black people are what? How many percentage vote Democrat? So this gives you a real insight on what's more likely to really go down. I mean, you got people, they talk about abortion. Like, you tell somebody abortion is essentially killing a child, they look at you like you're crazy.
Yep.
And and this is what I ask people to gauge them. I say, okay, do you, because I like to ask things in such a way that's not going to be too, like, going at them, evasive. I say, do you believe that abortion is legal in a majority of the world? And most of them say, yeah. No, it's not.
Nope. And over 50 million children, black children, were aborted since 1972. That's an army. That's our army right there to help us.
No, it's a lot more. No, you talk about since 1972. It's way more than that, to be honest with
you. 50 million black kids?
No, it's actually way more than that. But we'll keep it that number. My point is, people don't even understand that it's not legal. And it's not, I mean, really, Ireland because Ireland's a Catholic country, they made it really hard for it to be legal too. And that's even in the West. So it's not across the board, but people don't think about that because they're insular to their own zone. So it's like so when you go then and look at the numbers of what you said, I'm not here to make people feel bad, but I'm like, when you actually look at why our population doesn't grow, well, that's a big reason. The newest reason is when you look at the child support laws. That basically has a lot of dudes not even having kids. Like, because
SYS. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so when you have 53% of black men that don't have children, that's also like sound like when you look at opportunity cost, in economics, like when you look at revenue you could have got, so you look at you can't legally count that as a loss, but you can look at it in a way as a loss. It's the same thing there. So you
It's
have
not a fair deal.
yeah, so the point is the fact that dudes are not having kids, they're not participating, it's also a loss in the population. You could also look at the LGBT shit too, which is also opting people psychologically out of the it's creating a culture that's like an anti having kid culture. Then you're talking about things that have nothing to do with any of that, like fourth industrial complex, which is affecting everybody. I mean, you look at all like people don't think about these when they inform their opinions. They just look at what's right in front of their face.
So my next question, my final question, would be: should we turn to black-owned media, black-owned school curriculum, black-owned news, mainstream, what we want our image to look like in Hollywood and everything,
Well,
funded by us?
all of that stuff. Well, the funding part, we have the money, but we don't have the culture to value it. That's the
Ah,
problem. All of it, culture is the one thing that's below economics is culture. I have an argument with people often where I ask them which is more important, education or culture. Black people always. Well, what do you think? Which comes first, education or culture?
culture.
You know what I find? I find black people that are not ADOS tend to say culture. Black people that are ADOS tend to say education. You know why? Because we've been told that education creates culture. Education does not create culture. Can education inform culture in a way? Can it mold it over time? Yes. But I look at culture like the subconscious, and education is like the conscious. I look at
Right.
culture as like an operating system, and education is an app.
Do you
One
realize that
clearly dominates the other.
60,000 colleges that have 60,000 different ideologies due to alumni, then you have Beta, Vita, Sigma, all of the.
Yeah.
So we choose in America. What we have is sexual liberation, and we choose ideologies that we want to pick and fit. Meanwhile, we play the field or drink the milk before buying the cow. Then we suffer from rejection.
Yeah. And we don't understand the negative aspects of culture. Like for
Exactly.
like just comparing it to Germany. Look you what you said when it comes to colleges. If you compare Germany, they like that diversity because they think it's they a lot of the kids like it, but over time, but one of the things in Germany is Germany, you get a trade. Like they have it the way their stuff is set up is more apprenticeship based. And obviously Germans are known for their engineering prowess. They're apprenticeship based. So the way their stuff goes through, their population has skills. Versus in America, what do you have? A whole bunch of motherfuckers in debt with no skills that have any kind of application of debt. If you look at them overall, now obviously if you just filter for STEM and just talk about STEM, that's different. But STEM is not all of education as to what people pay for.
Mhm.
It's not even, I would argue, it's not even most. And then if you even add being a lawyer, you add business in there, it's still not most. A lot of liberal arts and stuff like that. But see, people don't think about this stuff when they have their opinion. So again, black people in America fundamentally, and I'm talking about ADOS, they believe education. That's why you got to hear them, educate. No, it's culture. And because we don't want to talk about culture. Because who passes down the culture in a society?
Right. I
The
appreciate you
women.
having me up, brother. Look, man,
Yep.
you're smart enough to be in a think tank. That's facts. Because you think faster than most people, and you're able to calibrate and then come up with a solid
Yeah.
opinion. So I would want to be in a think tank with you. So guys, jump into Discord. The Zoom link is. I mean, I'm sorry, the link is down there in the chat, and I'll let someone come up. Thank you, Edward.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Ultimately, that's what I think the Discord, I want the Discord not necessarily to be a think tank, but I do want it to be a living comment section. This is why I have it. Or if you notice, in my Discord, I have various threads organized because I don't want everything to go in the general. If I have a category for it, and I do try to administer that a little bit, I want it to go in the category. And some of the things are fun. Like I have things like, BBL thoughts. So what's going on in the sphere? Like, so people want to have, I had a business one, but everybody wants to talk about crypto and investment. So I'm going to just have an investment one because I want that to be for business. Investing in business is not the same thing. I appreciate him coming up. And again, here's the thing, man. All opinions are going to be vetted because even my shit is vetted. But, they're welcome. Absolutely. No, education is, and that's a debate I would debate. Education is not greater than culture, Urban. And I think that's a fundamental thing that ADOS black people don't understand. And it's very, very critical. It's very, very big. It's not ADOS black people believe education is better than culture. Think about it. Why do you think people with other cultures can be less educated and kick your motherfucking ass when they get in the United States? It's because their culture is what powers their education. Education does not teach. I'll give you a perfect example, Urban Mask. What do you call a ratchet bitch with a degree? Even if it's a STEM degree, you still call her a ratchet bitch because culturally that is what informs her. Like, think about it. You let's say a chick is very smart, and I know women, they're very ghetto but very intelligent, and let's say they do go to school and get an education. Who are the type of niggas they typically pick? Shout out Artisan. They typically pick culturally, subculturally in this case, what informs them. See, black people have this magical idea that you can educate yourself out of a certain cultural mindset. You can, but not as linearly as black people like to think it is. It's not. This is why black people don't like the fact that with other groups will judge you just off culture, and they make it like you have a, what I call, culturally transmitted disease. Single motherhood is a culturally transmitted disease. If you see a whole bunch of family members, if you look at a woman's, I don't care if a bitch has a PhD in bio and rocket science or whatever they call it, aeroergonomics, whatever the fuck you want to call it. If they come from a family of nothing but single mothers and they grew up with that family, you would be a motherfucking fool to believe that that's ultimately what she's not going to wind up. You would be a motherfucking fool. You cannot educate yourself out of that unless you directly understand the cultural issues and how it fucks you up. This is why think about it. Black women are supposedly the most educated, but culturally they are where they are. How is the most educated group twerking on the table at the top of a fucking restaurant? And people will say, well, that's class. Is it though? Because the very same women, you don't see black women condoning other black women like that. Not like how you see other groups. White women don't validate redneckism. They don't. That's separate. That's brand separate. Britney Spears is technically a redneck. As long as she didn't act like that, she was cool. As soon as she started acting like that, what did they say? She's crazy. Because that's what white people do. They don't want to throw each other under the bus, so they'll just say they're crazy. But that's... So a lot of y'all believe you can educate your ass out of being a ratchet. No, you have to do. That's why Kevin talks about therapy. It's a different type of shit. That's why black people have this like weird class merger where everybody's fucking with each other. There's no separation of teams. Yeah, we can all be in the NBA. Hell, we can all be in the Western Conference or whatever conference, but there's different teams. And we don't recognize that in the black community like other groups. And a lot of non-ADOS groups, there's certain things they understand this. They understand culture drives education. They understand this. And ADOS people, you ask black men, they always say education. And really, when you ask them why? Just cause. It's just like business. Just like business. You either have a mentality of working a 9 to 5, or you have a or you have a hybrid, or you have a mentality of which hybrid is more utilitarian, or you have a mentality of working in a business like what Dame Dash was talking about. And when you saw Dame Dash and DJ Envy go at it, those are two cultural mindsets. It doesn't matter how educated somebody is. Y'all don't understand that. Again, culture is the subconscious. Education is your conscious. Your subconscious dominates your conscious. Culture is an operating system. Education is an application. If your operating system's fucked up, the apps are not gonna fucking work. They just are not. And again, this is why I talk what I say with my channel, because that is the problem. And the reason why the black community is not going to go where it needs to go through, because they ultimately do not want to address what the problem is. They just don't. They just don't. And when and you notice how you've never heard that debate. You've never heard anybody seriously debate culture versus education, because they always want to present education as the answer. Some of the dumbest motherfuckers in our community are some of the most educated. If you work at Starbucks and you have a bachelor's degree, you, sir, are a stupid motherfucker. Okay? Because that means you invested in so many skills. Let me tell you something. Who's dumber? Who's dumber? A woman who knows how to do hair and is very good at it, ghetto as fuck. Or a black female that has a college degree in liberal arts that works in Starbucks. Who would you consider the stupider of the two? I can say the same thing about a black man. Black man knows how to fix cars and has basic skills. Yeah, book smarts versus street smarts. I'm a hybrid of both. Exactly. Hairstylists do make money. Yeah. And this is the same thing when it comes to like things like MLM and stuff. Look, I'm not here. Let me tell you something. If you ask my personal consulting advice, like which one should you join? And is MLM like, the thing is, network, is MLM the best thing you could do to make money? No. No, it's not. The best thing you could do to make money, I would argue medium term, short term, and long term, is going to be affiliate. Is probably, I won't say the best thing, but I would say affiliate marketing is superior. But it depends on how you approach affiliate marketing, because affiliate marketing has different modalities. People could create a website or create an audience, be an affiliate to their audience, selling t-shirts, shit like that. People can, get what I call an affiliate marketing program, which is a product has a really good program, and build a recurring income off of that. There's different ways to do it, just like there's different ways to approach MLM, to be honest with you as well. I don't look at, but I think people, because I'm going to keep it real with you, a lot of the people that I know, what they do is they bash MLM in order to promote their product. And they're very good at it, and people fall for, I don't like doing that, but people fall for that shit every time. All you gotta say is not MLM, and MLM is this, is that, and people fall for that shit like moths to light. It's funny how much people fall for that shit. And that's not to say that what is promoted is bad, what's promoted is good, but they know that a lot of people want to make money, but they feel a certain type of way with MLM emotionally, so they take advantage of that. It's just like people take advantage of how black women feel about black men, and then white men will say, ooh, white men don't gotta try. Oh, I'm not a black man, no. And they're able to do things to black women that black men couldn't dream of. You know why? Because black women are comparing it. They're making false comparisons. And you have to be careful when you do that. Because the same thing with black women. Why do you think I say don't go red pill for black women only to remain blue pill for non-black women? And there's dudes that do that. They will let their guard completely down against a Latin bitch or a white bitch, but have their shields up completely with a black female, because that's the devil, But you don't know what these other motherfuckers will do, because they run different plays, because they come from a different environment. You say the tactical market. The tactical niche is a big affiliate marketing niche. That is adjacent with the survivalist niche. A lot of white folks deal with that niche. Shout out to Red Firearms, a black Instagram channel when it comes to firearms. Hell, there's even a sub niche of black women that want to own guns. If you wanted to market to that niche, there's a lot of niches. And the reason why niches are important is because you're passionate about it. I call it passion, purpose, profits. That's my saying. Find something that's passionate about, that you're helping other people to feed the soul, that you can make money on. You'll never feel like you're working a day in your life. Like, honestly, me talking to you about this red pill stuff, I'm very passionate about it. So I do it whether I get money or not. You don't see me really hitting y'all on like super chats and shit like that. Oh, I ain't getting my super chats and stuff. I'll do it anyway. But if I get a couple of dollars from it, I'm not gonna be mad at that either. Sell hair to black women? Absolutely. That's a big niche. And not even selling hair, just even, black, the average black female, they could, if they got good hair or whatever, it's so many ways to monetize shit. Even the t-shirt market. And that's why I was, shout out to Ramil. And like, it's not that Ramil is wrong, but the thing about Ramil is right, but Ramil tends to take stuff a little bit like too far. And then you combine that with like Super Sly. With Super Sly was just giddy to just anything to make the manosphere look stupid. And I'm glad O'Shea straightened that out because, but it's funny. O'Shea said everything I said, O'Shea said. So, Ramil just wanted to hear it because O'Shea got more clout than I do, which, I'm not mad at. I get that. But, and he's got more of an authority on this particular topic. Absolutely. I'm not going to take it away from him. But he didn't say nothing I didn't say. Like, I know dudes that sell t-shirts. Like you got to remember, doing all that cease and desist bullshit, that shit costs. That shit's not cheap. Darius Harper writes, thank you for $5. Do you think we change ADOS culture and how? I don't know if we can. I think some of this shit is too far gone. My solution is the black community needs to cut off like 75% of the black community, and basically the black, people need to succeed from the black community, and we need to create and really hold to that. But I don't like the viability of that. I don't know, but that's like the only way forward, in my opinion. But you got too many motherfuckers that want to save everybody. And the people that want to save people got to be people that's got to be let go too. Because the people that want to save people are the people that enable the people that's doing the bullshit to keep doing the bullshit. And then you have to understand ADOS culture is very much embedded in American culture. We don't have the same kind of levers to change culture. Like, dude was coming up here and he was talking about, well, what Gaddafi did. Gaddafi's a dictatorship backed by a military. We're in a libertarian society. We don't have those kind of controls. You just don't. It's not that I'm just being negative. I'm just saying you don't have this to do that. It just don't. You could. And I think, you're seeing that. Like, Kevin has already identified that a lot of black men want to be in traditional roles, It's just the women that are gonna, fulfill those roles. And, I would prefer them to be black, but at the end of the day, I don't, Pan-African is, people gonna have to create a better product. And if people don't create, it's just like, look, Americans prefer to buy from Ford and Chevy and Chrysler. But when Ford decided to make shitty cars that you'd have to exchange every couple of years, what did they do? People said, fuck it, I'm gonna buy that Honda. Or Toyota, and Toyota became the largest car manufacturer on the planet. Now, you notice Ford never stopped fucking up those F-150s though, because them F-150s were the ones that were selling the best, and that's what was getting them motherfuckers their bonuses. Well, after the collapse, America is not going to collapse that fast. There's going and see a lot of things. It's kind of like with Breaking Bad, where he thought he was going to die much quicker, and then he found out in the story that his cancer was in remission. So he was like, "God damn, I got to live through this shit." This is how black people are gonna wind up. I think it's much more likely that shit's gonna be like Brazil, where you're gonna have like Dr. Claude Anderson said, a permanent underclass. And don't think universal basic income is going to save you. No, it's not. That's not going to be enough money to matter. That's going to be money that multiple people are going to have to pull resources in order to make that do something. That is not going to be something where like each individual is going to be able to, you're going to have to be rooming up with like 4, 5, 6 people. It's not going to be something where you can just roommate with 2 people, maybe 3, and be good. It is not going to be like that. And I think people are banking on that. You're sadly mistaken. We don't have to. I mean, Lily, we don't have to do shit. Women like to say like, "Oh, we're gonna have to get together." No, we don't, because you got to think about it. The women. If you look at how the women engage, and especially online, engage, they don't engage like there's a sense of urgency. They engage like the ball is still in their court. So people keep saying we have to do what? Black men don't have to get together with black women. We don't have to do anything. There's not enough urgency for that. No, that's me messing with my markers. No, that's my markers. I'm like flipping my markers up and down. But that's the thing, and that's what women a lot of times lean on, and dudes too. Well, at the end of the day, we're just gonna magically come together. No, we're not, because there's no trust. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna start dudes that they're gonna say, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna do it and see what happens." They're gonna get fucked up. They're gonna get fucked up because these women, as shit, the worse shit gets, the more scammy and ruthless and vengeful women will get. You'll have like I said, 20% of women, they'll be fine. They'll be fine because they get it. They got common sense. But you got a lot of women like you already see it. You already see it with the Shura 7 and all that. The scamming is on 1,000. And they're gonna be, and these Z's are very bold with it. These women are out here like, man, don't get me started. And so my thing is, I'm a hot stove type of nigga. Touch the hot stove. You want to, yeah, man, it ain't that bad. Okay, then I don't know why you listening to me. Go get in your relationship, see what happens. Then they come back, red pill raging. They want a cheat code. There's no cheat code. These women are on some winner take all shit. And you either a wolf or you're a sheep. And if you want to be a sheep, you will get slaughtered. It may be slow, but it's gonna happen. Because that's what they own right now. That's what they own right now. Well, some, but not all. No, most. Well, what about the men? The difference is women have ways to punish men for doing that. There's things embedded in the society. Like, for instance, let's say, okay, if a dude is like in the top 20 and every bitch wants him, then that's on you for chasing a dude like that, because that's a demand problem. That's different. We're talking about the majority of men. We're not talking about like the top tier guys. And even then, there's still punishment mechanisms. Lily says they will or starve. Well, that may be true, Lily, but you underestimate the how knuckleheaded black people are. You underestimate how knuckleheaded black women are. There's a Discord, and I'm not gonna keep this going on too long. I just wanted to see if somebody else wanted to come to talk. But yeah, man, people, yeah. But what's called saying like MLM is like the scourge of black people. No, it's not. Like, people always like to use hyperbolic language on shit. Like, how is MLM the scourge of? And shout out, somebody gave me a cash app, much appreciated. Shout out to Aisha. He said he wanted me to talk about R&B. Well, I mean, all you got to do is listen to R&B today versus like in the early 2010s versus in the 90s. It's completely different. You know, R&B was at its highest, like simp wise, in the 90s, and even some songs with the women too. Monica, Angel of Mine, Brandy, all that good stuff. You know, Case, all that good stuff. Now it's pretty much some stripper shit. It's not even R&B music. It's some stripper shit. It's just straight vulgar. It's not even like in metaphors or innuendos. It's just very direct. Or you got folks, women like SZA and stuff. It's that what I call Keisha Cole, Mary J. Blige music. That niggas ain't shit music to a melody. Shout out to Pharaoh for the $10 super chat. Facts, and I tell women if they keep scamming these dudes, they'll end up found just like what happened to old girl body they found in Piedmont Park, Atlanta. Ruthless right now. Yeah, man, because a lot of these millennials don't give a fuck on that. What I'll also say is what a lot of dudes are gonna do is they just won't participate. Yeah, what's up, Be Easy?
Hey, what's up with it, Ed?
Yeah, nothing much. What's on your mind?
First I want to come up and give you a shout out because you be coming with that fire, man. Don't be giving no fucks with the assertions you be giving, and I I really I really want to see. I don't know if you did any content about the dude. It was some white dude. He was running around giving a bunch of black chicks AIDS.
I know about it, but I haven't. No, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so I haven't seen none of these like black women like the swirlers, like any black women, like even just a upstanding black girl magic type of woman. Ain't nobody saying nothing, right? Like they worship Brad and put him on a god level, but then when they do shit like this, like all you hear is crickets. Let that have been a black man, everybody is blasting it. It's on the View, it's on the Shade Room, it's on, it's everywhere. So what's your thoughts on that type of?
I'll jump on that in a second. Shout out to Dr. Dunbar, appreciate that. Also, as far as Flip Cool saying Chris Brown is the last great R&B person, the fact like Chris Brown is pop. The fact that he's considered R&B just tells you, and I like Chris Brown. I like Chris Brown's song, but the fact that you're calling Chris Brown R&B just tells you where R&B is, which is null and void at this point. Because Chris Brown has always been pop, not R&B. So it's almost now we got to reach to make people stuff because it's just not there anymore. Now, as far as what you're talking about, I'm gonna keep it real with you. This is gonna be controversial, but I'm gonna say it. I think for the most part, I'm starting to get of the mind now that honestly, let them give them AIDS. Black men shouldn't even mention it. If black women don't care about mentioning it and they're embedded in this myth of white womanhood narrative and they're willing to sell other women up the creek and let them catch that gift as people want to talk about it, let them. Black men should be radio silent on that. The only reason we should bring those argument points up is not even to say, "Ooh, look at what Brad is doing." It really should be to tell dudes, pay attention who you fucking. Because if you ain't getting she ain't getting tested, and if you ain't getting tested, then if you out here raw dogging it like that, then you could catch something. But a lot of dudes that don't care, and a lot of dudes that care don't. That's not their problem. Another thing I would say is the work BGS is doing is great because a lot of black men buy into the idea that black women are not fucking with non-black men like that, and BGS is proving that that's not correct. Like they making it like this is a threat that they're gonna leave. They've been being ran through. Now this is not every black woman. I would argue that maybe this is like there's a 40% block that's really doing it. Because there are certain black women that they are attracted to black men and mainly black men. Yeah, that's that. So I'm not gonna deny that. But I think it's a lot more black women having sex with non-black men more that gets taught, mainly white Hispanics or Hispanics and whites. And
So you
and yeah,
think that it's just getting ran through, but they ain't getting married, or are
well,
you
yeah,
saying the
and
marriages?
that's been going on. Even Arab to in the United States, that's been a ongoing thing. It's just black men don't really care to hear it, and black women have no incentive to say it because if you put it out that that's what you're doing, then black men are not going to feel as guilty when they do it. So it's always that push and pull. That's really the only thing, in my opinion, really keeping black women from really going full wide open on it because they know ultimately your stock is going to be higher. But my thing is, black, like a lot of dudes will kind of do this under the guise of saying we need to be together. I think for the most part, black men need to be radio silent on that and just let whatever happens because that's on them. If those women are not going to call out the women that you're talking about, and sometimes they do, but it's every once in a while, then they need to suffer those consequences. That's not our responsibility to police they pussy. You know, I don't care. I don't care if Brad whoops they ass and then they don't care. That's a personal problem. I mean, we've pointed out the hypocrisy for like 8 years now. They know it. At this point, think about it. You got women like Cynthia G who says niggas ain't shit, but she gets pregnant by who she gets pregnant. She still has a channel. She grew. Same thing with people have been talking about Nyla and all the bullshit.
Yeah, Nyla said.
Yeah, and people have been talking about all of that. Look, at the end of the day, the hypocrisy is like right in your face. Now we just supposed to go with it. So at the end of the day, it's really nothing to talk about. Like, I don't even know why people are really getting mad at Nyla. Honestly, I want these women. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I want these women to say the most hateful shit as possible, and I want YouTube to promote it as loud and as strong as possible. I want them to say abort black male babies. I want them to get as comfortable as possible saying the worst things as possible, because you can't say you didn't say it once. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that it's not a whole bunch of people that agree with it.
Oh yeah,
I've seen subscriberships. You can't like take it back and then try to rewrite history. So I don't tend to argue. Sometimes I'll be on one and I'll say something, but for the most part, I'm glad they're putting that out there, because I told you they were full of shit on that B1 shit from jump. And that was the main thing, motherfuckers, what I talked to behind the scenes, they would like say, oh, but they really that's bullshit. And I can't believe you fell for that. And like, so anyway, I want them to say, like, honestly, I see that as a good thing. I want her to say it as much as possible. I would like for her to declare that all black, that you need to kill all black men. I want her to say everything, because then now people got to own, like, people that listen to them, they got to own what they say. They got to be accountable to that. Like, in the sense of, you can't say you for us being together, but you listen to that shit. Like, remember I asked that chick, I said, who's your favorite YouTuber? She acted like she didn't want to say. Why are you hesitating? And then when I asked, she said, oh, Tanya TKO, this.
But your hesitancy shows that it's a problem. It's just like when these bitches got
it's a problem. Exactly.
You have OnlyFans, right? You always telling people to subscribe, but then when you at a dinner or a mayor's ball and they say, "Oh, what do you do?" I'm a content creator. No, you use a virtual stripper or virtual thought, you know. But you're so proud of it. Won't you speak up about it? You know.
Yeah, and again, you know, people like to play games with the tattoos and all of that. At this point, people are holding people accountable to what you do. You know, ain't nobody really jumping on you for tattoos. The problem is tattoos can kind of be an indicator of how you get down. But if you're not readily demonstrating that, like, for example, Love Dorsey you won't catch her twerking on a damn restaurant. You know what I'm saying? People are talking about what you do, not what the fuck you wearing and shit. You know, because and yeah, so because think about it. Take somebody like Love Dorsey versus like a Nyla Says. Nyla Says ain't got tats like that. You see what I'm saying? You know, but you see what I'm saying? So it's not about that. We're millennials here. People like to play that game where that stuff is. And look, I don't care. Look, I hope she grows. But these bitches are essentially talking about niggas that they fucking. Like, when women talk about Dusties all day, every day, I'm like, you talking about
that? Speaking from experience.
That's who you fucking. And look, when men talk about ratchets and shit, that's who they. But the difference between men is men have the issue of sexual access. So men are like, I got a nut off. Y'all ain't getting resources. Dudes only want to fuck. And even the dudes that are doing the friend zone shit are getting, in their mind, they're stupid, but they're getting in their mind female validation in their dumbass way. So this thing, a lot of that is buyer's remorse. That's all that is. And the thing about it is nobody even hyped you up to buy it. Nobody, look, this is the thing. You cannot say in the last 40 years that black women have been hyped up to buy black men. But you think that's a fair statement?
I think that's a fair statement. They've been they've been shaming black men and been helping to disparage the black male
Yeah.
image. So they definitely ain't hyping us up.
Yeah, so it's not like, you know, you like they not it's, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, who the fuck told you to date black men? And that's where I'm at with it. Like I told that one woman, I said, yo, what were you told? Go to school, get a good job, get a good education, what? So you don't gotta depend on no man. Okay. So why the fuck did you not take that advice and you still got with a black man anyway? Or maybe not her, but I'm talking about like anybody she knows. Well, I don't know. So you did what you wanted to do. Cause no, including black men, nobody's it's not in the media, it's not in your household, whether you got a two-parent or one-parent, there is nothing telling you that you should get with a nigga, especially a nigga that ain't shown propensity to do shit. So you did so whose fault for you doing what you do when everybody told you not to? They don't know what to say to that. And then when you look at that situation, both of them, it's like nobody told you to get with Perkins. I remember, like nobody told you to get with him. Nobody told you to do that. There had to be another reason. You know what?
And then you want to tout the most educated, right? So how are the most educated making the most moronic decisions?
Exactly.
You know? Like make that make sense.
And that's another thing too. You know, black men, because don't be like me. And I'm not saying I waste a lot of time, but there's reasons why I do this, because I experiment with social media prospecting, stuff like that for the people I deal with. But don't be in these endless debates on Facebook, YouTube. Like Tariq, she used to call that out with white folks. When you argue racism with white folks, they're time wasting. That's all they're doing. They're losers and they're time wasting with you. You know, they know what it is. They can pretend they don't know, but you explain it in detail, that's irrelevant. That's a waste of your time. Don't waste time arguing with these females in these YouTube comments. I don't know, like some of y'all listen to these women and some of y'all are doing good work by getting clips and stuff for us, because that makes it easier for us, because I'm not going to do it. But a lot of y'all be really listening to them to get mad. Why? Well, if a woman comes to you, if a woman comes to you and says, you know, black men don't build, whatever a black woman says, agree with them. If they say black men don't build, say you right. You know what? So are you getting with a white man or Hispanic man or Asian man? Do you date out? Like if a black men don't protect their families, you right. So are you getting with any other group, you know, Nigerian, whoever that does? Always don't even argue with them anymore. Tell them they're right. Black men are not educated. Black men don't know. Agree with them. Because what's the point? You're emotionally arguing. You're arguing with their feelings. You're not going to change their mind. Now, I may do it when I bring a chick on so we can have a conversation so you hear it. But if you notice, I just reflect what they say right back to them. I don't, like, for the most part, I don't argue with it. I say, okay, let's say they don't do this. Okay, what are you going to do? Or do you actually believe that saying black men don't do this is going to inspire black men to do it? Because at the end of the day, y'all still fucking us, or at least some part of us.
And y'all still raising a lot of these black men, and they're touting all these businesses that they got, and most of them have less than 2 employees, but they not hiring their sons.
I'm not even, because they don't even deserve facts. I'm not even gonna argue that they're raising black men where it comes from, because they already want to pretend that ain't true. So my thing is, again, why are you having sex with black men? It's been like 2 generations now where you've been told niggas ain't shit. Like the 1980s, it's 2020. The 80s is 40 years. So why are you having sex and having children by a black man? Unless that's something you already want to do. Go ahead, Morpheus.
The reason why they do that is because they want black babies. See, it took me a minute to realize I had the same thing that you were saying. They want pure black babies. They know they need to come to us to have that. That's why they always have that argument. You hate yourself. Hello?
Well, actually, no, that's actually not true. They don't want black babies. They want mulatto babies, because they're starting to harm their babies. They're starting to harm their children. A lot of these women are starting to harm their own children now. But you've never heard of a black female harming a biracial kid. And black men, and that's another thing that doesn't get talked about too, is a lot of black men used to give BGS is doing good work calling that out, is a lot of black men used to accept biracial children, and that's over. That's been over. That was one of the things when we started to really hold on. Shout out to Jessica X. And so at the end of the day, if a black, when I listen to just some of the Jessica X stuff, when these females say the dumb shit they say, I agree with them because
So
I mean. I agree. Hold on, because my thing is, you all look stupid. If you all have already drawn this conclusion, why are you still even having this conversation? What? Because you want every other female to know niggas ain't shit? Well, guess what? And these women are told, there's very few women in their household that are not told that niggas are not shit. So where this is like Christianity. You don't need to tell nobody about what the good news is. Everybody know who Jesus is, motherfucker. Go ahead.
So what do you think is the real reason why they keep messing with us? They do. All those girls saying they divesting, they mess with black
two reasons, but three reasons. Number one, they know what they saying is cap. And it ain't that. Number one. Number two, at this point, they're acting like wild animals in which they're just in a state of lust and they're just fucking. And by the way, yes, Flip Cool, I get tired of Jason Black talking shit. But one, Jason Black said this, and we know Jason Black is pro-black, and we know Jason Black has no problem talking shit about us, and we know Jason Black has no problem breaking balls of black men. He said it straight up. He said a lot of these girls are fucking in middle school, and the level of sexual experience they have, even when you get into high school compared to the dudes, is like completely wide. You're dealing with dudes, like dudes are lucky to lose their virginity in high school. Yeah, I mean, obviously you're always going to have the top 10% is going to be very sexually active, or 20%. But like as far as the majority, you know, they're lucky to lose their virginity in high school now. But these women, a lot of these females, not all of them, but a lot of these females, if they got it, because they ain't got to have a good face. They got to ass or something. Anything is, you know, they twerking, they do all. Don't act like these bitches out here twerking in a goddamn restaurant and they not fucking. Like even the chicks, shout out to Pink Book, she was talking about the famous twins, and these are, I think they may have just graduated high school or whatever. They're young, they failed all that, and they're in Alabama. They got 1 million TikTok subscribers. They got their dad killed. You're seeing a lot of that. Women getting their dads killed and shit, having niggas in their house and shit. But the point is, you think that these type of niggas ain't fucking these chicks?
Bro, I got a cousin from Alabama. She's 12 and got pregnant.
Yeah. Like, and I hate to say, like, I'm not, because I know we're in like territory that's like, you know, I get that, but I know what I was seeing. My brother is 10 years younger than me. I know how it was with him, and I know what it was behind him. And I know what it was when I was in school and what they were coming in behind me. And and we're way past it. Look, man, these motherfuckers are on one. And we don't talk about this in this space because honestly, it's really not YouTube friendly. And I don't think a lot of black people can really handle it. And especially in these urban environments, man, please. I am very aware of what these motherfuckers are doing with this internet shit. And it's bad. It really is.
Yo, can I jump in there right quick?
Yeah, what's up, Archer?
Man, I was just enjoying listening to the conversation, and old boy brought up something, and I want to connect it to that. What happened with Nyla the other day when she said abort black babies, and I want to tie it to this petition. I don't understand how that. I just don't understand how they can say abort black babies, but then claim.
Well, did she say abort black babies or abort male babies?
Male babies.
Yeah.
And then, like, this just goes to how insensitive these women are towards the violence or even death of black men, but yet you don't even insinuate it. You just bring up, like, Kevin, like, nobody in Metal Phase. I mean, I've probably been the hardest on it, and I've had to get, you know, I've had panels turn on me about the shit. Like, black men are so against domestic violence, and yet we tiptoe around the subject, but yet women can get around and openly say, I hope the cops kill you. Let's abort all the black babies. Like, they can, honestly, for actual real life consequences, things that's happening in real life, talk violence towards black men, but you can't even, like.
And I love it.
Crazy.
I love it. I'm beyond the emotional part of it. And when I say I love it, I don't mean I'm not being an asshole. This is the evidence we need. I love that shit. Because when they sit there and say you know what annoys me? When motherfuckers tell me I'm an extremist, I'm an alarmist, I'm hyping shit up, shit ain't really going down like that out here. I'm from Chicago. I had bricks thrown at me by deaf motherfuckers. I've seen some crazy shit. And I know I haven't seen the craziest, you know, so I love it when I hear that shit because it's number one. Let me tell you something. If you motherfuckers really shouldn't even be over there listening. But if you all are, we know y'all got some basic cell phones. I mean, these phones are not that expensive anymore. Y'all all need to be using your iPhone to record. When you hear that shit, you need to use record. All of y'all should be having the ability to download videos, and y'all need to learn how to start using Mega so you can upload shit so we can start clipping them out and getting the clips. Even if we don't really use the shit, what we can do is we can have that as evidence. Y'all, if y'all gonna listen to folks, y'all need to be over there actually gathering evidence for us, because I'm not gonna be over there doing it. Shout out to Red Supreme for doing the good work, because I'm not gonna do that shit. You know, y'all would make his life a lot easier. That y'all need to be emailing David Carroll, because David Carroll, shout out to his rabbit hole. Y'all should be donating to him. You know, real talk, because he's like behind the scene, he ain't in the space, but he does real work, and David Carroll be listening and be giving them that work. You know, Yanni read all of them. If y'all are gonna do that, me personally, I think it's not even a waste of time, because but if y'all are gonna do it, there's ways to do it and be productive about doing it. All y'all have phones, all y'all have the ability to do it. At the very least, y'all need to start marking when they say shit and time stamping it. So if you send it to somebody, stop sending 3-hour videos of motherfuckers expected to listen to all that. You need to have the shit time stamped, at least, you know, like they're smart. And that's one thing I want to do with my fucking Discord, is I want to start giving like practical things. If you're going to do it, this is what would help if you're gonna do it.
You want to know where the real juice? You want to know where the real juice is at? And I learned this from the women's sphere, because you know how black women are when they mad, they
just talk about witchcraft now.
No. Well, besides that, no. She had us live. I was listening to it the other day, right?
And she was like, deleting shit.
Hold on. So she was saying that she was going after the divestors. She don't like them, right? And she was saying they'd be having secret discords telling them whenever like a white man kills a black girl, they have these discords saying, don't say anything, guys. Don't say anything, because black men will get on us. That's why you never hear them talk about
screenshots. Y'all need to start, if y'all like sit and say collect the shit. And that doesn't mean, and here's the thing, that doesn't necessarily mean like, because I got Discord, everything gonna be in that fucking Discord, Telegrams. You know, I'm gonna get that Telegram activated. Like, we need to start having reservoirs of this shit. You know, I think the skin bleaching happens a lot more than what people are talking about. If y'all really want to do the damn thing as an audience, there's things you could do. A lot of y'all just be listening to get mad. I'm not saying y'all gotta be on y'all point writing every little thing down. What I'm saying is, when y'all know what triggers you. You get something that triggers you, you say, hold on, let me rewind that shit. Let me timestamp that, collect the link, send an email, or at very least do a screenshot and just upload it in the Telegram. This shit's easy. Screenshot, pull Telegram, boom. Screenshot, pull Discord, boom. It's very easy. Y'all don't even got to do shit as complicated as an email, because technically, if you do a screenshot, the email, the timestamp is already there. And or if they said it, just go rewind it. Do a video, like, because Red Supreme used to use this app. I know it because I use the app where you do the screen record on the phone. That records the audio. You get it, you upload it. Those audios are not that long. We need 60 seconds, 2 minutes. That's what y'all do. I'm not saying we're going to make a video off of it necessarily, but what it does is allows us to play the evidence. So when a lot of motherfuckers want to play this game about, you know, like the purple pill people, we can say this is what the fuck we're talking about. What, like, you all can't never show what we say that's like inflammatory other than what y'all get triggered by. But this is the real shit that they're saying. I mean, like, you got to think too. Number one, this is the same female, and this is crazy when you think about it, but this is the same female that wants to accuse me of sitting there trying to find somebody's location, even though Cynthia G has put her location out there, like as far as her city, multiple times. It's common knowledge. You know, remember when she did that with me and I kept my shit up? And she tried to do that with me. This is the same person y'all are saying, because I haven't heard her say it. Talk about abort black male babies, but she got a black man. Then it's talking about
black sons.
Yeah. Well, does she? Because
she says she has black sons.
Okay, so my thing is this. I don't know that. I don't know her shit. I don't even know if she black, to be honest. You know, that has never been truly confirmed. And then now that I know that she apparently got kids with a white dude, you know, I don't like what? You know, and she's older than she looks too. You know, so it's so when you like I'm not out here gathering evidence on these people like that. If I see something, I may screenshot it, but that's not like what I actively look to do because I got a better thing to do.
She's not older than she looks. She's older than the picture she has on picture she has.
Well, a lot of you. Okay.
She never updated that picture.
Well, a lot of us do. Yeah, you know, a lot of because even that picture. I'm not gonna lie. Even that picture, but y'all have seen my face, so
she the same age as Kevin Samuels.
She's like north of 45, right?
Well, we seen you live, Edward. She doesn't go live. She doesn't cam up.
Yeah, and that's what. Yeah, so anyway, niggas be like, yeah, man, you need to cam up. Why are you showing the cartoons? Because I always like the Grand Theft Auto look. I'll cam up. I don't give a fuck. Even though I'm mad, man. One master teacher, man, he got the Grand Theft Auto logo shit. I was like, fuck. Because that's going to straight look like I'm biting off his ass if I copy it. And I always wanted to do that, but he beat me to it. I'm like, nigga, you need something more professional. Let me start doing that. But anyway, so I'm not even trying to make this about her. My thing is, if y'all want to, this is how if y'all really want to hurt these people, this is like, so y'all really want to know the cheat code to really hurt these people to say shit like that. The cheat code to hurt these people is for us to do better than they can ever be the men that they could never get. And when I say that, I mean, in this space, and this is not like me trying to tell y'all to donate more. I will say this, y'all motherfuckers need to get better about sharing our shit though. And that's free. But what I'm saying is what we have to do in this space, and O'Shea alluded to a lot of it in with Ramil. Y'all should check that out because he addressed that fucking trademark bullshit, whatever. Is what we need to start doing is the more we build, and I'm not even talking about with Kevin. Kevin's kind of his own thing, but the more we build this space and we start to occupy more levels, like this is why I say we need to occupy the purple pill level. And then that's why I'm trying to push for BGS to do the women back in. I was really proud of the fact that we had all them black women from different accents on there. You know, when we, you know, the work that BGS is doing, when I'm not saying some of y'all are already not there. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is as a space, you having like the lead attorney in here, Dennis Sperling in here, obviously Kevin's a professional, pocket watching with JT, financial. You saw how he went at boy. Like the more we add guys like that they do show their shit, that pretty much makes our stuff a lot more of a brand. And as O'Shea said, the brand is in the relationships that is forged, and that's not something that you can just you can't trademark people fucking with people. You just can't. And O'Shea was absolutely spot on by saying that. And even with some of the women, you know, you've seen like Love Dorsey, Avery Woodley, Pink Pill, and yes, you're gonna get some people that's gonna flip. That's you know, that's just what it is. But the more we build this thing to where they don't matter, that's gonna make them. That's why I want them to say all that shit, because they can't take back what they said. They can't. They can't play the I went through, because that's what Grinch and was talking about. He was alluding to saying it's possible she went through. I don't give a fuck about what she went through, because as black men, they don't go through more than we go through. And all of that shit is the gynocracy that they buy into on the back end. So I don't give a fuck about what they go through. I really don't. You know, we all got a past. So this idea that like it black, you know, times all the point is that's all they know how to do. We've already beaten them. That's why the rhetoric is getting so crazy, because that's all they have. And that's why I tell people too, you are accountable to who you listen to. And the reality is let them say all that crazy shit and let them turn into white supremacists with the hood. Let them get all up cozy with white dudes and let them pretend white men ain't doing what they doing. Let them do all of that. And we'll keep on doing what we're doing, because a lot of times we get lumped into these distractions. And that's why I got real annoyed about the trademark thing that Super Sly brought, because I'm like, that's a fucking distraction. You know, that shit don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. And I get cooped up into some distractions myself. And I need to stop doing that. So wait till we get this SYS BM shit really going. Wait till we get this passport shit really going. Shout out to Aaron Ferris who's doing some real live shit. Oh, they gonna be mad, and guess what? And be like, you can be mad. That's all you gonna be though.
Hey, let me ask you a question. I've been noticing. I know you watch what's his name, Professor Black too. I've been noticing he's been going a little bit more harder on the chicks. You think he see all the nonsense too?
He's always done that. He's no. He's always Jason Black is always Jason. That's how he does it. He are you talking about Professor Black Truth, or are you talking about Jason Black? 'Cause I haven't listened to Professor Black Truth in a minute.
Jason Black.
Okay.
He had something recent, like he was going really, really hard, like on almost on our level. Like he kind of tiptoes there, but he's like getting like really, really there.
No, he's got he talked about the baby mama.
He even had to take the whole one off. He had to take it off and put it on his Patreon.
Yeah,
I listened to it when it was live. He was going really in on there, sounding like us.
Well, not really. I mean, Jason Black, he's unlisted a lot of his videos. Like when you look at remember he comes from Tommy sort of he's his own person, but Jason Black shit is just as like red pill with any of us. Jason Black had like Whorehouse Rules, Whorehouse Sluts. That's his term. Jason Black is Jap level.
Hold the fuck up. Hold up. Jason Black has been saying all of this stuff before anybody else says it. You guys are just posers. Copying his shit.
Well, I mean, for him, like, and black men, that's a part of megalomania is a symptom of hypermasculinity. So
Jason Black cannot say anything without having to try to make it like he said it first.
Now hold on, Archer. Now we're red pill retards. And he likes to do the kitten shit. He's not as he moderates it a little bit, meaning he throws it in there, he sprinkles it in there rather than just constantly doing it. But it's funny. But I really don't care anymore because the way I see it is, if he doesn't like us, then guess what? When he says it, you can't just say, "Oh, that's a hive mind." So it's almost in our advantage to what we're trying to do that he doesn't like us. So now it's like, okay, so what are you gonna say when he says it? What you can't say? Well, Kevin. No, he calls Kevin kitten. So what's up? I mean, I'm sorry. No, but even if people don't like each other, an opinion is the facts are the facts. And he was saying shit that you don't even hear us say all the time. He's talking about because he was tying it in his Gentrified documentary. And so he was giving you detail, and it was a woman that called in. It was a social worker, and she was saying they're cutting off Section 8. This would have been Obsidian Wet Dream like 3 years ago. They're cutting off Section 8. They're putting them on 30-day notices. They're talking about what have you been doing with all that time. And this is why I'm telling y'all niggas, don't be out here buying pussy like that because these chicks might kill you. Like seriously, these chicks might
they decriminalizing prostitution, but if you pimping, you still going down, and if you a John, they still gonna lock your ass up.
And then that's what they see. That's what you see is the John. If you start to get they start to drug you or attack you, they gonna say, why were you there in the first place? So it's a lot of the underhanded stuff. So I don't give a fuck about that. That decriminalization just lets you know where things are at. But the reality is, I still wouldn't tell dudes, if you got to do that, I say go overseas still, if you want to do that. But what this is telling you is all these chicks that want to talk about it's amazing how the same women that would tell you you're taking advantage of women overseas in the third world are the same women that want to reserve the right to use those same tactics in the first world. Well, you're in the first world. What's your excuse? But going back to Jason Black, Jason Black was saying, yes, it's going to be so delicious when these whores get their just due. And Jason Black was the one that was talking about they're starting to get sexually active in middle school. That's where I got that video, where I got that from. I mean, I knew that was happening before, but I'm just saying why I referenced it on this video today. And then I haven't even seen the whole code. I'll probably jump on his Patreon, next week to get that. But, I mean, Jason Black knows what time it is. I mean, he ain't married. He ain't married. He ain't got no kids. It don't matter what the fuck he say about us. He know what time it is. So, everybody don't have to like you, but he gave a lot of detail, and it's coming, yo. And these women are not gonna they're gonna lie, cheat, steal, kill. They're gonna do you see think about it. Think of what we use just talk about Nyla. Think of that anger. the hatred. Like when we talk, Jap, any of us, like Jap and the Carol are probably the most like the biggest flamethrowers. Jap talks from a serious standpoint, but he's talking from a serious comedic standpoint, kind of like Corey Holcomb, and he's in Chicago, so he sees the bullshit. And then David Carroll ain't saying it from an anger standpoint. David Carroll is very sterile and very clinical in his assessment of things. Even when it comes to black men, with him, he just say, "You niggas are dumb." The end. Nothing else needs to be explained. You niggas are dumb. Versus the women, he'll go into much more detail about their fuckery because he says that's the origin. But that hatred, there's really nobody in our space that really elicits that type of hatred that some of these women are eliciting. That's why when they say we who hurt us, they're projecting. They're projecting because it ain't that
and deflecting at the same time.
Game Changer is being sorry. Game Changer is sarcastically serious. Game Changer is not that hardcore. Game Changer says shit to piss off black women because to assert that fuck. He's kind of like me. I just say fuck your feelings. He shows fuck your feelings by saying certain shit.
Yeah, he's hard on that get me a sandwich shit.
Yeah, that's all that is. And but he's just saying, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. Game Changer reminds me of anybody watch Long Beach Griffey, he
that nigga's hella funny.
Yeah, he is. I mean, you should see the recent video. Have you seen the recent video he did?
No, I gotta
I'm
watch
not even gonna tell you. I'll say this. I'm not about to give it away, but at the end of the video, I'll tell you what he does because it's been a minute since he does a video. He said,
"You know what? You could give it away." I mean,
no, I ain't gonna give it away, but I'm gonna say this. He says, "What? You know who I am," and then the video ends. That's how crazy what he does on this video is. You gotta check it out because it starts off like, "Oh, I can relate to that," and then in the end, it's funny. But the point is, that's what Game Changer is. So Game Changer is, and even with Jap isn't lying about what he says. On that front,
there's just some antics involved.
Yeah, and a lot of it is designed to be a shot jock kind of thing, but everything he's saying is straight facts. And and same thing with David Carroll. But the reality is we don't have that same kind of anger. We really don't. Now, some of us may have frustration, but even still, it ain't that, dude. At the end of the day, we gotta live life, and you got these motherfuckers where they that's regret. That's what that is. That anger comes from regret. And at the end of the day, what you do with your pussy is you. You can sit here on YouTube talking hella shit. But like I said, if we like that shit with Kevin, and Fantastic was right. He said that's probably Kevin is their Obama or their Donald Trump because the MSNBC made hella money when Trump's in office, when Bush was in office.
Yeah,
Fox
now they rated
hella money. Yep, hella money when Obama was in office. Fox News. That's what he is. So he actually helps them grow. A lot of the anti-Kevin market is a huge market. A lot of these motherfuckers are making hella money off that shit. They're making hella money off promoting his ass. And I'm talking but
and the same with Trump. They made hella money off promoting Trump's racism. Oh, he said build the wall. Was that a stupid statement? Yeah, but they kept beating the drums of build the wall. And there were some very fine people on both sides. And the same thing with Kevin. They hang on every word and then they beat the drums of he's gay, he's feminine. Oh, look at his high school yearbook.
And not only on YouTube, you talking about Instagram, because Kevin is one of the few people that's like spread social media like that. Kevin is on Instagram, TikTok, Clubhouse. Ain't nobody was pulling like that. And so at this point, that's
and he even got a Facebook group, he said, right?
Oh yeah, the Facebook group, which that stuff is spreading on Facebook too, because people are having. So at the end of the day, that's his own economy at that point, and Kevin hasn't even really leveraged it like that. But a lot of this stuff, even with the situation with the petition, a lot of them. See, here's the thing: if the manosphere were to disappear tomorrow, that's not going to change what's going to happen. The manosphere is not driving it. What's driving it is the shit black women are doing on the ground. Very few black people have actually found the manosphere. This idea that, well, if the manosphere didn't exist, then y'all would just be able to play motherfuckers. No, not really. Not really, because the conversations are being had in the barbershop. These Z's are much more open in these conversations. Y'all are still swinging on these motherfuckers. World Star predates the manosphere. You know, I don't know what y'all think this is. You know, we're not like, and that's why I don't even worry about that shit. When people like to go back and forth, oh, we hate black men. We want to kill black men. We want to abort black male babies. Bitch, do it. Y'all already aborting more than anybody else. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, kill, like go on, say all black men need to be killed. They need to die. Remember, the title of this episode, this channel is Everybody Hates Black Men. You think I'm fucking playing when I say that shit? You're not bothering. Like, what are you trying to do? Like, when people say all this crazy shit, what is the goal? Is the goal to make black men feel bad? We were born, nigga, I was raised with the threat of DCFS every day of my motherfucking life. And I'm the oldest. I know I'm not the favorite of my family, and I'm cool with that. There's nothing you can say. And a lot of black men, we're just used to it.
That's facts. We used to it, and then we accept it because I'm in a similar family dynamic like you just alluded to, and not to get too personal. We just accept that shit, man. We know, okay, man, all right, I'm from the mud, gotta get it out the mud. Okay, cool. But black women are taught like, yeah, you in the mud, but we'll give you handouts and help you out the mud, and then when you get to this, you can claim that you're there's colorism and sexism and any other type of ism to where you'll continue to elevate.
And even then, it's only a few black women elevating from that. Like, it's only like a hand pick. It's just like OnlyFans, where it's like 5% or less that are really benefiting from all of that. Most of them are real. Most of those females are actually selling y'all out. They're actually selling the majority of black women out. You know, so you got black women, they're smart enough to understand that a man is an insurance policy. And then you got women, like, it's funny. It's like, yo, like, oh, colorism, all this. Like, and then look, and the problem is we're removing the goofies in the lane. Like, that's one thing Jason Black did say. He said, you black men have, for most part, they've gone through all of the simps. They've gone through all of the suckers. That's why they're aiming younger and younger, because they got to get the ones that don't know. And that's not even going to last, because we're getting these motherfuckers in on TikTok and stuff. It may not be us personally, but we're talking to the Z's that are communicating that to them. And these Z's
and bro, the young boys is hitting anything but black chicks.
Yep, and they're seeing it. Like, all of this stuff, like Jason Ball talk, like, they're seeing. Look, the biggest promoter of Red Pill is not Black Manosphere. It is black female fuckery. You want to destroy the black manosphere, stop the black, like, minimize the black female fuckery. But what's happened? The black female fuckery is not getting weaker; it's getting stronger. It's getting stronger. They're getting more open about their shit.
They're getting more opportunities. They're getting more funding. They get more highlight. You know, like I'm sure you covered this, but like, say for instance, Sha'Carri Richardson. You look at the Olympic athletes. Did she really need to have some orange or blonde hair, like, damn, they're going to her ankles? Some nails is like 9-inch nails. It's like, come on now. Like, do you need those extra antics?
Yeah.
She's lesbian, like, cool, I don't got no issue if you like girls, but like they came to her defense. It's like, y'all said Michelle Obama,
and a lot of dudes did that, and now, you know, she's talking about, you miss me yet? And I'm like, you looking goofy. Them Jamaicans ran the tables. I'm gonna keep it real with you. It is like, her mom did die, so I'll give her some. You know, even though the relationship with her mom is kind of like up there, but up to for debate. But
she did own up to it. But now the extra shit, like you saying, oh, y'all miss me. And hold on, what's up with this black girl magic, right? Like, won't y'all just call it what it is? It's black American girl magic, right? Because y'all look at the Jamaicans. Why y'all ain't celebrating them? Oh, because again, yep, and so exactly.
and they're
Black
Jamaican
American
known
girl
for it.
magic.
Yeah, so I mean, but then they want to. So we know what it is, and at the end of the day, all that stuff is evidence. And the thing is, and this is why I try to tell people, a lot of people are getting tired of sisters. They really are, and I don't think a lot of sisters really understand how much people are. And I'm not even talking about black men. I'm talking about everybody. And so a lot of this stuff is going to be the boy who cried wolf. I mean, for real. It's just, and so people are just, they're, the only thing that's really stopping folks is like, it's almost like cutting the face to spike the mirror. And Gina says, 789 says, LOL, you tickle me every time. Your mother threatened you with DCFS every day. I like your mother already. Wow. Yeah, she did. And she didn't threaten it, and that was something unique to me. She didn't threaten my other brothers with that shit. And I'm not trying to act like I'm a redheaded stepchild or anything like that. That's not what I'm trying to insinuate. But what I'm saying is, as black men, we all grow up with the shit. Y'all like women really be believing they go through more than what we go through. This is when you hear motherfuckers talk about that coddling shit. I'm like, y'all don't go through more than what we go through, but y'all really believe that. But at the end of the day, my thing is the only thing is going look, man, Sha'Carri, the thing about it is, and people say, oh, well, them Jamaicans are gonna get all the endorsements. Maybe not, because she's popular. But what you're starting to see,
she already got an endorsement with Nike. Sha'Carri Richardson.
So it's not about you gotta remember, a marketing company, they're not endorsed. Like, yes, the athletic accomplishments give you more credibility, but at the end of the day, if people still fuck with you in a certain demographic that you're getting money from, that's what the endorsement is. So that's what it's for. So that's all she needs. And so what you see, just like how you see it with Saweetie and all these musicians, a lot of them ain't got talent. It's really just a popularity contest. It's really not about anything substantive. And that's reflective of the culture. And it's just a swirl, that shit flushing down the fucking toilet. And you know, I'm not gonna participate in that bullshit. I'm just an observer of it. But because I don't like I said, oh yeah, Zion Williamson, yeah, these motherfuckers be trying to expose him, but you know, long he ain't get nobody pregnant. So yeah, so that's why I'm saying a lot of these women are the ones gender warring. We're out here speaking facts, and everybody's doing everything they can to avoid facts. So now they take it, like a lot of these women. Like, you look at Nyla and them, they're having therapy on YouTube. That's all that is. So when you hear them say crazy shit, I don't even take that seriously like that. And in fact, you know, y'all should just document it, download it, copy it, not even to just post it and outload, but so we have the evidence. So when people try to play like we're the ones.
So do you think when they saying that it's like their version Minister Jap type of antics?
That's what they think.
But that's what I was gonna say. In their mind, they think it's true.
They think it's true. They think it's true. They really believe that if black men didn't exist, then black women would be better off. A lot of these women believe that. And I'm like, well, I don't know why. You want to talk about aborting black male babies, but you're still fucking black men.
Hey, this was another thing on I heard on Red Supreme shout out where he found the clip, and she said, Nyla said something like, y'all don't even got enough power to oppress us. Y'all need the white man help to oppress us. Some on the lines of that, I'm paraphrasing, but it's like, first of all, y'all bitching about being oppressed, and then now you bitching saying that you so weak that we don't have the power to oppress you, and you need the white man's help to oppress us.
Yeah, absolutely. So my question is, why are you with the black man now? Like, the thing about it is, okay, like, here's the thing. Black men are nothing. Black men ain't shit. Black men are scum of the earth. Anything negative you want to say, black men should be dead. Black men are retarded. Black men, like, have no dick. Anything you want to say, they're less of a man. They're the worst man in the world. Whatever verbiage or things you want to say, fine. I give you that. So what does that say about you that the best you can do is a black man?
Boom, that's a reflection of who you are.
it's like motherfuckers say, well, nigga,
where's the high value Brad at, right?
It's like, well, nigga, you short. Yes, and we're fucking. So, like, yeah, what does that say? Like, what do you expect? Like, what do you expect me to be upset? Do you expect me to kill myself? What do you want me to do here? Like, I've actually said that to a female, and they get all like, I don't know. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Like, am I supposed to take the words you're saying and feel some type of way about it, as if I'm never gonna see you again. Like, do say what you need to say to get it off your chest, but just know I don't give a fuck. Now you may not believe that, but whatever.
How many times have you heard a chick saying, "Man, that nigga can't fuck. I've been with him. He got a little dick." How long was you with him? 5 years?
Yeah.
Huh?
How many kids you had with him too? In fact, there's a video, there's a post that was on one dude, not mediocre, but another dude. Well, it was a woman, dumbass, told a dude. She actually started a conversation asking him about penis size for some reason. This is her boyfriend that she's in the bed with in the moment that this story is being told, right? And he said, "What do you think about my size?" And she said, "Well, you have boyfriend dick." He's like, "What do you mean?" She says, "Well, it's something that's good to be with long term, but not like if you want to just get fucked," which I guess you want a big black dick or whatever. And then the dude got up and left. Dude got up and left. And then he comes back and said, "I really don't like what you said." And then she's like, this is what the comment, she's like, "Well, I can't have sex with a 10-inch dick all the time because you have to prep for that and it hurts and blah, blah, but your size." And then he's talking about, "I can't shake it off." I'm like, you dumbass, you in a relationship. Like, she did you a favor, because I'm going to tell you, a woman like that believes in cheating every once in a while. Like, if she's that bold to say something like that to you when you in the bed and shit like that, she ain't know. You drop her off. Yeah, Chizza Zed actually has a really good channel.
Is she going one of them girls trip?
Nigga talking about shaking. I can't shake it off. Well, there's nothing to shake off. But see, niggas like that, they don't have the heart to leave. And that's when, going back to what Pink Book said with the chick bitch that was slapping shit out the dude. And then he ended up going back to him. That's why a lot of them niggas don't like us, because we'll tell them what they already know they need to do, but we'll give them too many reasons. So it's like, nigga, if you want to be stupid, be stupid. I mean, I'm not going to tell you not to be, but just don't act like you didn't do shit with Eyes Wide Open. Shout out to what's called with the $2 Cash App. Cash Apps are definitely all appreciated. What was hold on, Edward answered, "Notice how Sinji Nyla Pink Pill, which is crystal keratin." I mean, it doesn't matter. Swirlers and other black women content creators who bash white men are silent about white cop killing. Yeah, they're gonna be silent, and that's on. Yeah, and that's on them. Like, I mean,
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah,
that's
like,
on
honestly,
them.
black men shouldn't even call. Honestly, we shouldn't even call. Honestly, I think right now, and shout out to Sigma, shout out to Professor Black Truth. They did some really good work on, like, white men. Unless you're doing it for views for yourself, I wouldn't even call it out. Let them do it. Because at the end of the day, look, man, people talk about, well, you ain't got the power to oppress us. You ain't got the power to make us do nothing. I mean, honestly, whatever, man. At the end of the day, do what you want to do, and you're grown, and the consequences come what they come. You're not our problem. Women that want to do what they want to do, that's the prizes that you win. I hope it works out for you. But everything you do, why is everything you do a reflection of what black men are doing or are not doing for you? That makes no sense. That means that it's like, think about it. You have so much anger towards, I'm talking about people in general, toward this one entity. You are allowing that entity to define who you are. You're allowing them to make life-changing choices. That's not that entity's fault. That's why people talk about forgiveness, because they say if you don't forgive somebody, you will live the rest of your life being defined by what they did or did not do. You know what I'm saying? And some folks, you got folks that will kill somebody. You got some folks that will kill somebody just off fucking their girl and then ruin their life. Like, you got folks like, I'm talking about dudes. Crazy shit. And at the end of the day, that makes you a loser. And because, this is just YouTube at the end of it. So you got people, and hey, if they get money off of it, let them get money off of it, because that's just proving what we're talking about. Because I brought that chick up, and when she was talking about the people she listened to, she's just holding black men accountable. So how is saying black male babies need to be aborted from the group that actually does the most abortions by count of any other race in the country, even though they're 6% of the population? How is that holding black men accountable?
And why
Like,
do you accept that accountability, but then you reject Kevin Samuel's style of accountability?
yeah, because
Like,
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of these mothers, there's gonna be a world where a lot of these mothers gonna start doing harm to their children. Like that's already starting to elevate. You know, you like a lot of that postpartum. I'm telling you, when these vice grips get deep, especially if it ain't a whole bunch of dudes to pick up these chicks, oh yeah, they're gonna start harming their kids. That's coming because that type of hatred, because nobody's checking it, and nobody should. Nobody should. This is like Ghost Rider. You let their own anger burn them out, and that's where I'm at with it. If I think they should be allowed to say whatever they want to say on YouTube. I would love for white supremacist channel to start sharing their channel. I want them to blow up. I'm serious, and it's
hey,
ironic.
no, I agree with you on that because when people always crying, oh, racism, this. Okay, would you want it to be, whether it be covert or overt? Be blatant with your shit, right? Because
Yeah.
this is what you stand on, right? Like if you a proud white supremacist, or you a proud divester, or you proudly hate black men, why ain't you keeping the same energy? You should have that every day. You should hate black men
Yeah.
on Christmas, hate black men on Valentine's Day. Keep the same energy and be blatant about it. And
And
men should document that and have an archive. So it's like, nope, we got receipts. Gotta have them.
and for and what's ironic, and basically make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe if y'all like this real shit. You know, we're definitely
Man,
slowly
like,
but surely
share, and
creeping
then
up.
hit the cash app for this man Edward too, because it's like, man, y'all spending on Starbucks and all sorts of frivolous shit. Like, throw the man some, bro. Like
Yeah,
his
so
shit.
yeah.
Share is for free.
The month is early, so you know what's interesting is I remember when she tried to call me out on talking about like trying to put my name into some shit. And one of the things she said, as far as Kevin, talk about, yeah, man, Kevin's at 1 million subscribers. We need to, put them on Front Street because show them how much they hate black women. I mean, like, I pay attention to shit that people say, yo. Like, I'm not gonna say I remember everything, but like, goddamn, like, again, you got people. It's like, yeah, like, damn, did the dick destroy you like that? And again, another thing too is a lot of these women are failed swirlers too. So that's where a lot of that hatred comes from. A lot of these females too is that
Hey,
they're
did you
failed.
see when I think your girl Jessica X, she did an interview with that porn chick, did this BBW porn
Was it
chick.
that
She
light
said,
skinned chick?
bro, she said she was divesting to white dudes, and then I think Jessica asked her, like, do you still fuck black dudes? She like, yeah, she still love the BBC. Like, come on.
Yeah. I mean, and dudes know that. Like, look, I'm about to do something just about, because you know what? I'm about to end this, but I want to. So, shout out, like niggas, people always want to act like people's are petty. I gotta say this is a guilty pleasure of mine on my Instagram that I follow, and I want to share it with you all today. It's a channel called Hoodville. Have you ever heard of this channel?
I have
On
not.
Instagram. Now, as you can see, I believe this is ran by a black dude. I'm pretty sure it's ran by a black dude. Also, he has a new channel called City Boys, which is really fucked up. We'll go through that one too. But anyway, Hoodville, as you can see, has 7.4 million. Oh, you can't see it. 7.4 million
Yeah, I can see it now.
So he's built a good channel. He's got another one called City Boys. We'll go through that in a minute. So this is a brother that built some good stuff for themselves. Here's some of the memes that he's got. We're going to go through a couple. And they tend to all have Future on it. Now, to be fair, Future definitely likes this because actually Future, this is one of Future's concerts. So basically, we made a Hoodville fan. Future had my memes behind his set at A Hard Summer. So that's I got to give it credit. Like, this dude's been doing stuff with it a long time. Future's kind of like his main duty he does it with, because everybody knows how Future gets down. So for him to see that, and Future was kind of commenting on his stuff a lot. So Future clearly is tickled about some of this stuff. He clearly agrees with it because he could easily shut it down.
Yeah.
So he put, if she doesn't post you, take her phone, go live and introduce yourself, King. That's not the worst one. Let me see. Only way I'ma trip over a big is if she's sleeping on the floor. Oh, I like this one too.
I
Ain't
like
nothing like that fresh start with the new shorty. No more remembering old lies. Oh yeah, I like this one too. I mean, this is something. Whenever you hear this fuck shit, this is another thing. If y'all don't want to listen to Love Dorsey, y'all want to get some fuck that bitch music, go to this one. This is a really good thing. If she tells you not to leave a hickey, focus on yourself, King. Let's see. Now let's hold on. These are, let's see. If she cheating, cheat back. Support your girl in everything she do. Now we about to go to the good shit. Like this one, he just went raw with it. City Boys. Okay, so he's getting this up. It's 636.
Them impressive numbers on both of them.
Yeah. Being a hoe is not revenge. Only person you hurting is your dad.
Bam.
Let's see. My homie, she bringing her friend. She ugly though. Me. Oh yeah, that's him showing like the baby. And he's like, oh fuck it.
Hey, but see, the niggas gotta raise their standards. Just because the ugly bitch come around, nigga, you don't gotta fuck. But if you do fuck, stop complaining about her being ugly.
If she claims he's just a friend, he will be up in them guts. Y'all come to an end. Oh, that's funny.
Hey, when chicks say that, you notice when chicks have a friend, like a true friend, he either be gay, but if he's the air quote friend, why this nigga always meet the criteria that they want, right? Oh, he's my friend, and it's a 6'5".
Here go.
6'5" athlete.
Oh yeah, Here goes Steph is cold. He gave 100. Before you send her that DM, think about how it would look as a screenshot. This is a good one. This is a good one.
Hey, that's some soft game right there, because niggas be pouring their heart out, and then chicks a lot of times they be fueling the fire just so you could say some sim shit and bam, screenshot you. Then she'll block you and nigga post that shit on hella social media.
If she posts this at night, focus on yourself, bruh.
She for the pavement.
They talk about she with the trap lords. Like, oh yeah, because think about it, she's not driving. That's funny.
She for the gravel.
Let's see. No, it's when she make. That's funny. Jarvis said she belonged to the streets.
Hey, that'd be dope if you have some. Hey, that's what some cats in STEM need to develop. You feel me?
Yeah, when she's sending you paragraphs explaining how you ain't shit, and you getting ready to send her that K text. I've done that. K. Yo, that should be pissing these females off when you do that.
Hey,
shit.
that will piss them off worse than you calling them you funky bitch. Just hit her with the K.
That's why I told you all. Whenever they say niggas ain't shit, niggas don't build, K. That's all you do. Because it don't matter. It really don't matter. Because it's like, bitch, you wouldn't be complaining about what a nigga can't do for you if you could attract it. Let me see. You don't hear. Yep. So, and a lot of times that's game when a lot of women talk about what, oh, I need a nigga to do this, do that. They think they manifesting that shit. If Shorty laughs at another man's joke, you got to write that joke down and say it to you. Make sure you bag the baddest of the bunch.
I approve of that message.
Yeah, this some asshole shit, but this shit's some good shit. And keep in mind, this had nothing to do with the Black Manosphere. Like, to keep it all the way 100. This is 7 million people. This is like literally our audience. If her name ain't bagged, then don't chase her. Let's see. No, that's also another one. So anyway, oh, this is funny right here. When she asks where you at before you go out, I'm in bed, babe. Niggas, when she, oh, this is funny. When she starts, this is the one, Like you forget who I am when she starts to show signs of happiness, finally gets the strength to forget about you and move on. Like, let me not play the music. If I play the music, they'll copyright strike my shit.
Yes, they
They've done that. Don't be a boring boyfriend. Text her, we need to talk while she out enjoying her night with her girls, and then ghost her for 6 hours when she replies. Keep the relationship interesting.
I approve of that.
There's niggas that actually, yeah, they actually be thinking on that shit. And
some
love
dude
that
was
shit.
like, no, I don't want to do that. What if she gets mad? And then if you don't do that, she like, damn, this nigga ain't got no game. He hitting me up already. And then she gonna be hitting up the dude that's ghosting her.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. When you tell her I know a spot and then drop her off at the therapist. That's funny. I feel so bad being here, knowing you have a girlfriend.
Memoirs of a Thought.
Wait. Let me see. Call your ex. Call your ex, and if they pick up, be like, "This is another reason why we broke up. You're always entertaining your exes to hang up." Oh man, yeah, that shit's funny as hell. Anyway, yeah, Hoodville. I'll put those links in the Discord.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Shout out to BGS. Yeah, man, it's funny. Like, you know what BGS says when it comes to memes.
That's some Pookie shit for real.
Yeah, you're right. And these are the motherfuckers they like to deal with. So
the Pookie paradox.
Yep, because they like the emotional highs and lows. I understand that they get addicted to that shit, and then when that shit is bad, it's like what you saw with Nyla is, you know, and I don't even know if this is true with Tabs or whoever, but I know what women be doing with their vagina. You got to think about it like crystal meth. That shit will have you addicted. That shit will bust your teeth out. It'll do a whole bunch of crazy shit. And in the end, all you're going to be left with is that goddamn negative feeling because you can't get that high anymore. And then when you have that, what do? You get online and make money saying niggas ain't shit all day.
And then you get that high of the people in comments co-signing every word, hanging on to every word, and then you start thinking that you really is preaching the gospel. Yeah. So now you if they already being shock jocks, you got to get more shocking and more controversial. So then it just becomes a game and like an entertainment ploy to say,
yep,
you know, just
more shocking
just say
things, and
exactly.
And the thing, yep, and shout out to Stacker Star for the $5 Cash App. But at the end of the day, you know, and then you got people that want to play in the games, being in the middle, and
it ain't no middle ground. Pick a side.
Yeah, they want to be in the middle here. I'll drop the Instagram link in the thing, and I'll put it in the I'll share it on Discord in the community tab. But you got like they want to be like, oh well, it's just having a conversation, yo. Like, and then you notice how these people are more likely to focus. They always want to lean the focus more on what we're saying than what these females are saying because they see us as the bigger threat because they know we spitting facts while they just hyperbolically talking shit. So once you start getting into the realm of talking about abort, blackmail, I mean, because what is abort? First of all, I want you like take the hyperbole of it out of it. Think of this it just shows you how lack of sexual discipline. These women have such little control over their sexual desires that they are killing children rather than just not fuck the nigga and let them nut in you. Because notice what they are saying.
Abortion is the form of birth control.
They talking about, notice that they talk about divesting. They not talking about no longer having sex with black men. But because the black men that they want to have sex with, it's not about the black man. It's about the lust factor. It's about the lust factor. So whatever triggers that, just like a bitch in heat, you're going to operate that way. That's why you got these hoes twerking in public now.
And to be honest, they objectify and fetishize black men too, like they say Becky do. Yeah. Right? Why else would you come back to us?
They actually do it more. And that's what doesn't get said. But the thing about it is, it's about what's putting you in the lust. And if it's a black man, they're not gonna deny their own lust because they're angry at one random nigga. It's just like when people say they hate politicians, but they love their politician that they vote for. And so, I mean, at the end of the day, sexual acts is the only thing that's really gonna move black men. And we know the niggas you want to fuck, you're gonna fuck. And this is just women in general. I'm not even necessarily talking about Nyla. I'm just because I've heard that before, and not just ADOS women. Because I've heard that with a lot like non-ADOS women. These women, they know they see a lot of these women know they can beat up on ADOS black men because they know ADOS black men ain't really gonna do shit as far as like kinetic consequences. They do that with their own men. There's gonna be problems, and they understand that. So they want to say you're weak, you're this, you're that. Guess what? Why are you still here? Because if you see a whole bunch of women cackling saying about your niggas ain't shit, the common denominator is y'all. Y'all saying niggas ain't shit, and you saying niggas ain't shit ain't gonna stop these white females from fucking these niggas. It ain't gonna stop these Latin women from fucking these niggas. It ain't gonna stop these Asian chicks, the ones that want to. It ain't stopping nothing.
We married at a higher rate, black men. So if you think about the damage that the black male image has received, it's you could say is baffling how are black men married at almost, I think it's almost 500,000 more marriages than black women.
Oh well, another thing. Well, I'm about to actually hang up, but I'm about to hang up, Sincere. But another thing too that you got to understand is, again, a lot of motherfuckers are getting tired of black women. They really are. So when you see black women do shit like twerk in a restaurant, black men are nowhere to be found. That's not black men's fault. When you see black women buying hair and acting stupid so they get clocked upside the head by an Asian dude, that's not, people are not going to just automatically say everything's black men's fault.
They had a twerk on Washington. Did you see that?
Yeah, talking about, oh, well, black men are abandoning their families, and this is why black women are wilding out. Well, it's something.
And that was on the Black Lives Matter official Twitter or Instagram page. They had them twerking on Washington at the Capitol.
Yeah, so at some point, you know, people are going to be like, you know, y'all are doing what y'all want to do, and we've already kind of crossed that Rubicon, and now, it's I feel bad for a lot of what's gonna go down. I really do. But it is what it is. As black men, we gotta focus on getting ourselves and living the best life we can. Like, understand what the women gonna do, what they gonna do. Like, and if you're here to have like a conversation about how do you get them to not do what they're doing, well, you believe that there's validity to what they do. Most of what they hate is based on decisions they made. Nobody, like me personally, if you have like even 15% of that kind of anger towards black men, I'm gonna be the first person to tell you, I don't know why you're dating black men. You might as well just date out and go be happy. Like, why? Why are you dating black men? Like, why are you entertaining black men? I don't understand that. Like, I really don't. Well, aren't you supposed to convince? No, don't shit. Don't deal with them niggas. I mean, what? Why are you so invested with black men changing? If black men are all these things, they're not going to change. Y'all have been saying niggas ain't shit for 40 years now. What the fuck makes you think the disease are going to be any better than the millennials? The millennials are going to be any better than the Xers or than the boomers? Like, what makes you think that? Like, are you fucking stupid? Well, you know, I'm still gonna fuck the niggas I want to fuck. Yes, and them niggas are gonna do what the fuck they want to do because they know why you're there. The end. So why are we even having this discussion? Anyway, you got any final words?
Nah, bro. I think we covered a lot. That was a dope chat, bro. Thanks for letting me come up, man, and keep doing your thing, bro.
No, absolutely. And this is appreciate it. Appreciate you for coming up. This was just me. Yeah, exactly. Y'all need to tell them we need to be out here. We need to be the biggest promoters of black women divesting. If a black woman has a problem, tell them, save yourself. Go be great. And no cap. I'm not here to be stupid. I'm serious.
Hey, and actually, I will say to the last point on what you were saying. Yeah, go be great, right? Like if you think This is the losing team, right? Blacksman is the losing team. All right, go join the winning team.
Yeah.
Let them deal with you. Let them recruit you. Let them save you. Let them protect you. Stop asking us for stuff. Like, because if I'm on the Lakers and you go to the Nets, you're not expecting me to show you plays and help you practice and work on your jump shot. You on a whole different team. Stay over there. Don't worry about what we doing over here. So if you divesting, do that completely. And then black men, not only need to save yourself, you need to raise yourself, raise your standards, and bro, stop dealing with this disrespect from any woman, not just a black woman, the modern woman. You feel me? Most dudes go into these situations, submitting any type of power they have in vagina worship and think these chicks have more value than them. That's why they always is operating from a beta male mindset. And all she gonna see you is like a friend zone, or she gonna see you as the boyfriend dick, until she go out on a girls trip or you know what I'm saying, all-star weekend, and you gonna see how much she is for the pavement. She gonna bust the wop open. But man, thanks for having me up, bro. Y'all support the channel, like, share. The shit is free. Hit his Cash App, man.
Much appreciated, man. Peace out. So yeah, and he said it. I couldn't have said it better myself. I appreciate that. But yeah, like real. He's saying stay a bit longer. Yeah. I'm about to get out because yeah. But anyway, but like I said, man, at the end of the day, a lot of y'all are like invested in, oh, well, how can we be together and how? No. When they on shit like that, there ain't nothing you can do. And at the end of when good girl goes bad, she's gone forever. And even if she tries to pretend to be good again, she's only doing that in order to get what she need to get out of you. And y'all need to be smart. Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop believing in this shit and start believing your lying eyes. Start looking at what your eyes are seeing. And if you don't, do what you want. But at the end of the day, you're accountable to what you do. And I hope it works out for you. But either way, it's still on you for the good and the bad. So anything, this has been another episode of Everybody Hates Black Men. I am your host, Edward Anderson. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. And that being said, this is Edward signing off. Peace.